Hello, cyberspace astronauts. Are you ready to be entertained with pointless jibber-jabber and senseless small talk? If so, you have come to the right place. It's the Todd Cook Show, starring Todd Cook, featuring Todd Cook, and with special guest, Todd Cook. Now broadcasting from his garage, here is Todd Cook.
Hi everybody. Hello there. It's a miracle. I'm telling you. It was a miracle. I witnessed a miracle, and I'll tell you all about that. But first, this is the Todd Cook Show. I am Todd Cook, and I am broadcasting live from my garage in Wichita, Kansas. And it's about as live as it's going to get. Of course, you will not hear this as it's being broadcast or as it is being recorded. You'll hear it a few days from now, or actually tomorrow. You should be able to hear this, but who knows? Some of you might take a week or two before you get around listening to it. But I am in Wichita, Kansas. My name is Todd Cook. This is my third and best podcast that I've ever done. I should say that the third best episode that I've ever done. The previous best one was the last one, episode 2, and then the previous best one before that was episode 1. And this is episode 3, which I am convinced will be better than those two. And that's kind of my goal with this show, is to get a little bit better with each episode that I do. So one day it might almost sound like I know what I'm doing. But for now, I really don't know what I'm doing, and I'm playing it by ear here. But if you listen to the first 2 shows, you're in for another great show. If you haven't listened to the first 2 shows, you don't have to if you don't want to. You can just jump right in right here with episode 3, because like I said, this will be the best episode of the Todd Cook Show to date. The music on this program is brought to you by PACDV.com, PACDV.com. And PACDV has been producing royalty-free sounds for filmmakers, sound designers, music producers, film students, and multimedia developers since 2001. And their sounds have been featured in a variety of independent films and videos, television programs, documentaries, commercials, games, radio shows, and new media projects, just like this podcast. And on their website, you can find free sound clips that they will let you have for free. That's why they call them free. So go to PACDV.com today to check out that website. And if you want to do a project like this, or for anything that was mentioned in that live read I just did there, look them up. It's a great website. They've helped me out quite a bit here. But as anybody who's listened to the previous 2 shows knows, as much as I like that website, I would much rather have the music for this program be provided by local musicians here in the Wichita area. And the way that would work is that if you are a musician and you got a song, it probably have to be an instrumental. Or if you don't write an instrumental, maybe you could write an instrumental just for this case here for the Todd Cook Show, and I can use it, for example, an intro to this program. That music you just heard was music I got from the website. But if you send me an instrumental that will work as an introduction to the Todd Cook Show, I might very well use it, and that'd be really neat. And if later I want to do some commercials, even if they are fake commercials, and if once again, if you've listened to the first 2 episodes, you know what I mean by fake commercials. But commercials, whether they're fake or real, they need music in the background. So send me any talented musicians out there, write a little ditty for the Todd Cook Show and send it to me at thetoddcookshow@gmail.com, preferably in MP3 format. It doesn't have to be real long. Obviously, a commercial and the introduction is just a couple minutes or whatever, so it doesn't have to be 10-minute long prelude or anything. But the Todd Cook Show at gmail.com, send it to me, and I could use your music right here on this program. But one thing I definitely want to do with music on this program is on every episode, I want to play at least one song from a local artist, and not just an instrumental, but an actual song from maybe an album they have, or just one song that they have written. And, if it's up on iTunes or whatever, I will pay for it first. I will buy it, and then I will play it here on this show. So if you know anybody out there that would like that as well, now's your chance. Let them know. The Todd Cook Show is ready for that music. And today, coming up later, we actually have music from Nick McEwen and the 33. And their song is called I'll Be Around, and I'm going to play that at some point in this show. I'm not sure exactly when. But in the first episode, we had a little band called Good and Greasy, which I am in. The second show, I played a little Scott Allen Knows. And now in this program, it's going to be Nick McEwen and the 33. And these guys rock. These guys aren't light hitters. They got a drummer and everything. And so they're going to be rocking out. And I might have to turn them up when it's time to play their song. I got to give them a little extra volume, a little extra kick to make sure it gets the full effect when it comes across your airwaves there or the internet or however you're listening to this program. And also, I want to mention, too, if you're listening, you obviously know how to get this program. But in case you want to know of some other ways, other means that you can find this program, there's a couple. One is on YouTube. You just go to YouTube and you can type in the Todd Cook Show. And if you put EP1 for like episode 1 or EP2 or for this episode, it'll be EP3. And it should come right up for you. Or you can go youtube.com/The Todd Cook Show, and that should come up for you as well. Another way is I just got the episode 1 uploaded onto iTunes. So if you have an iTunes account, you can go there and type in The Todd Cook Show, and you'll find it there. And the third way you can find it is there's a website called Podomatic for podcasters all around the country and the world can upload their stuff there. And you go to podomatic.com, Podomatic.com, and you do a search for the Todd Cook Show, and you can find it there as well. But the Todd Cook Show is getting bigger and better, and I'm about to prove it for you right now. There are some things I can do right now on the Todd Cook Show that I could not do even on the last program. And I'm going to show you those things right now. For example, last week I could not do this, but now I can. I could not do this.
Blah, blah, blah.
Or this. Or this.
Bye.
But now I can. I can do this.
Come on.
I can do this. And I might have to use that one a lot because I'm in the studio here by myself, and when I tell a joke, it helps a lot if I hear some laughter. Even if I know it's pre-recorded coming from a computer, if I hear somebody laughing, it'll help me, encourage me to go on. I can do this. Or this. Or I can do this. Or this. Or this.
Unbelievable.
And I can do this.
Friday rock.
And I can do this. And now for some of you out there who might be saying, okay, these sound effects are really boring. Sorry, they'll be over before you know it. And for those of you who are enjoying this, I got some more. I can do this.
Hello.
I can do this.
Here I come.
Or this.
How dare you?
And I can do this.
Well, I'll tell you what I think.
And I can do this. And I can do this. Again, there's more laughing there. Did I already play that one? I think I might have already. And I can do this. And that one's nice. I like that. That's if we ever have a dream sequence, we'll use that. You know, if I remember years ago in a land far, far away. And I can do that. And this.
No.
And this. And I'm almost at the end, so if you're getting bored, don't worry. It's almost over. I can do this. And this. And I can do this. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. I can do this. And I can do this. I'm not sure why I'd ever need that, but in case I need a sound of a toilet flushing, I got it now. I have it right there. I can do this.
You're funny. You're funny.
I can do this.
Yes.
And last but not least, I can do this.
You're funny. You're funny.
That's another thing I need, a little encouragement if I tell a joke. So now I can just push a button. If nobody else wants to laugh at me, I'll just push a button and automatic laughter. I should have done a whole crowd of laughter. That would have been better. And I guess I actually got this too. But one thing I do not have, and some of you might be surprised to hear this, I do not have one fart noise. And the reason for that is I like to think I'm a little more mature than a lot of podcasters. And so the sound of somebody passing gas just doesn't make me laugh that much. And more importantly, I know my audience is more mature. And so they don't want to hear those fart sounds. And so I just avoided the fart sounds altogether. All right, I'm kidding. I got this one. and I got this one. Those are kind of quiet. Let me turn that back up so you can hear it a little better. This one and this one. But I will never play those ever again, I promise. I know nobody out there is entertained by the sounds of passing gas. But if I didn't have those on my soundboard, I might lose my my fraternity card to be in the podcasting world. So anyway, that's it for this first segment. I'm going to take a short break. And when I come back, we got Nick McEwen coming up with a song. And so you want to stick around and make sure you stick around so you can hear that. There's also a silly game I'm going to be playing coming up. You don't want to miss that either. And so, but for now, I'm going to take a short little break. You're listening to the Todd Cook Show, and I will be right back. Hi, folks. It's me, Todd Cook, and boy, do I have a deal for you. Do you have a business or a website, or maybe just an event that you want to promote, but you don't have the money to invest? Well, why not try to accomplish that right here on the Todd Cook Show? Free of charge. That's right. You can run an ad right here on this podcast free of charge. However, once the Todd Cook Show starts to pick up more and more listeners, the free offer will expire. So take advantage now. All you have to do is send your recorded commercial, which is 30 seconds or less, to me at this email address, thetoddcookshow@gmail.com. That's thetoddcookshow@gmail.com, and I will play it as time allows. So send me that commercial now and help the Todd Cook Show, and the Todd Cook Show will help you. Okay, I am back. Todd Cook Show. The Todd Cook Show at gmail.com is the best way that you can reach me. So if you have anything that you want to ask me or tell me, or if you want to request something for me to do, who knows, whatever it is you might want to do, Todd Cook Show, the Todd Cook Show at gmail.com is how you can do that. Nick McEwen's coming up, a silly game's coming up, but first I got to tell you about that miracle that I saw at Walmart. Yes, some of you might think that's an unlikely place for a miracle, but I witnessed a miracle at Walmart, and I'm going to tell you about that right now. I drive an old truck, and it does not have a very good heater. In fact, the heater doesn't work much at all, but the truck serves its purpose, which is to get me to work and back, which is just a little over a mile there and a little over a mile back. I never have to get out of third gear. If it breaks down, I can always walk back home. So it serves its purpose, and it's been a nice truck. Had it for probably a year now. But the heater does not work, and this time of the year, I need at least a defrost. You know, it's not that bad when it's cold outside. I only have to drive, like I said, a little over a mile, with a hat and gloves on. I'm fine. But when it comes to defrost, I need something to defrost the windows, because even in that short period of time, it can be very difficult to see if your windows are fogging up. So I needed to have a solution, and so what I decided to do was to go to Walmart. And by the way, we go to Walmart a lot around here. Me and my wife, a saying that we say a lot is that the weekend is not over until we went to Walmart. And we've actually went to bed on a Sunday night before and laid down, and we were laying there and we're like tossing and turning, couldn't sleep. We're like, what, did we forget to do something? Did we forget to turn the stove off? And then we jumped up. Well, we didn't go to Walmart. So we jumped out of bed and ran to Walmart real quick. No, that never happened. But we do enjoy going to Walmart. We must enjoy it because we sure we sure go there a lot. I just went there a couple hours ago, as a matter of fact. But I go to Walmart to try to find a little heater. They got these little heaters that you can plug into your cigarette lighter. I guess it's actually not even a cigarette lighter anymore. It's actually a power unit. And my truck has like 3 of them. I'm not sure what I would ever need, driving this 1994 Chevy S10. I would require 3 places to plug things in. You don't know, maybe my CB and my heater and a toaster. I don't know what you need 3 different spots for, but it has 3 spots. And so I went to get this heater, and I'd had one before, and it stopped working. So I knew that Walmart had it because I'd been there before. And I walk into the Walmart, and I'm looking around, and I can't find it. And Walmart's one of those places. There's so many Walmarts around here. There are literally 5 different Walmarts that I can get to from my house in 20 minutes or less. If there's a little traffic, it might slow me down or whatever. But there literally are 5 different Walmarts that I can get to from my house in less than 20 minutes. And sometimes you go to one Walmart, and for the most part, they're all laid out about the same. But there's minor differences. And in this case, I went in and I went exactly where I bought the heater last time, at least I thought, and it wasn't there. Not only was it not there, but that kind of product wasn't even there. It was something totally different. There's no way the heater would have ever been there. So I didn't know if they moved the stuff around or if it was a different store from the last time I bought it. And that's really confusing. You go in and you're like, at some point you get lost because you swear you're losing your mind. It was right here, and then you're like, which Walmart was I at when I saw it? I came into this Walmart a week ago, and it was right here, and now it's not. And then you realize maybe that was a different Walmart, and that's the problem of having too many Walmarts. They just confuse you. But I couldn't find it. I'm going up and down the aisles, and I finally give up. But I really need it. Like the next day, it was supposed to snow or be cold, and I was like, I definitely need something. And so I thought I'd do, as a last resort, do something that we all regret, because we know that 90% of the times it is futile, and that is to go up and ask somebody, where is it? And I used to work at Dillon's, and so I've had a lot of experience with this, and customers coming up and asking, where this is or where that is. And after I worked there for a while, I got pretty good at it. But let me give you a clue. If you ever go into a place like Dillon's or Walmart and you can't find something, don't ask a cashier. Cashiers do not know, because all they do is stand up there at the cashier station, at the checkout stand. They stand there and check out your groceries. They never wander off into the aisles at all. And, I remember customers get frustrated. It's like, how come nobody here knows where anything's at? You work here. And number one, it's a big store. There's 10,000 things. And number two, not everybody stocks the shelves. So if you want to find something, unless you see somebody who just came out of the back room or somebody who is currently stocking the shelf, there's no reason to ask them, because they're not going to know what it is. And stockers get this is a bit of a tangent here, but stockers don't get any respect. I remember working at Dillon's one time, or actually this was a store in Indiana, so this was a long time ago, and this particular store closed at midnight. And I remember, like at 11 o'clock, we stock crew would get there and start doing what work we could, before the store closed. And I remember some other employee, maybe just clocked out, 11 or whatever, and she comes back there and she's like, "What time do you guys get off?" And we're like, "Oh, we're here all night. We stay till 7 in the morning." And she's like, "Here all night? What do you do all night? The store's closed. There can't be anything for you to do. That must be nice." And so I slapped her. No, I didn't slap her, but I felt like slapping her. And we had to explain to her that there wasn't some magical fairy that came in and stocked the shelves. But anyway, that's a bit of a tangent. So anyway, I go in, and I see a guy behind the counter in the automotive department. And I go over there, kind of slowly, knowing it's not going to work. I go over there, and I say, "Hey, I need one of those little heaters that you can use for your vehicle that you plug into the power unit in your car or your truck, and it heats up the windshield, defroster." And he said, and this is where the miracle happened. This is it. He stood up and said, "I know exactly where that's at," and he walked me straight to it. I couldn't believe it. It was an absolute miracle. Miracles like that don't happen very often. And when they do, I was expecting the ceiling of Walmart to split open and a big beam of sun to come down on my head, and, a choir of angels to start singing, "Hallelujah, hallelujah." I couldn't believe it. I can't recall the last time that ever happened to me where I asked somebody, especially at Walmart, where something is, and they knew exactly where it was. So I wish I would have got the guy's name or something. I would have, told his boss that he's the best employee in the history of Walmart. And because that's not something that's real common that people ask for. If somebody says, where's the cereal aisle? Well, first of all, if they can't find the cereal aisle, they should probably not be shopping, because most stores, the cereal aisle, it covers the entire aisle. But that finding a heater like that is not something that is real commonly asked. So I was amazed. And like I said, it was a miracle that this guy knew exactly where it was and took me right to it. It was amazing. All right, I got a game I want to play here in a little bit. But first, I think it's time to play that song by Nick McEwen and the 33. Nick McEwen and 33 is a band that I heard of probably over a year ago now. And they are a working band. I mean, you go to the website, nickmcewen.com, and McEwen is spelled MCEWEN. I hope that's right. I wrote that down. Let me look on here to make sure that it's right, if I can. Just one moment here. Let me move this over so I can see. Yep, I don't have it. Hopefully that's right. But you can look him up, and you go to his website or go to iTunes and download this song, which is what I did. Because it's a groovy tune, and like I said, I might have to turn this up a little bit to make sure it powers on through there, because this is a rocker. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play a little DJ here, pretend like I'm a DJ on the radio, and I'm gonna talk this song up, or at least try to, and make sure I hit the right button here. So here it is. This is Nick McEwen and a 33 on the Todd Cook Show with "I'll Be Around."
You throw me off when I start to say. Got me stumbling on the music that I play. Raven stolen, tied up, gagged and bound. All I can say is I'll be around. 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 Could you tell me what it is you fear? I would try and stop space and time, my dear. All I want is you to just see. My buddy said that girl's gonna kill me, yeah. I'll be around. I'll be around. I'll be around. You can tell what I'm thinking, how strange that I feel. That when you see me playing, I want you to be real, yeah. I'm behind your jokes and remarks, attention that you steal. Someone tell you what you're thinking, you're gonna have to deal. 'Cause I'll be around. I'll be around. I'll be around. I'll be around. When I look into your gypsy eyes, make me wanna hear your passion-filled cry. Got this burning feeling in my head. To bring you home one night and break this goddamn bed. I'll be around. I'll be around. I'll be around. Yeah, you can tell what I'm thinking, how strange that I feel. That when you see me playing, I want you to be real, yeah. I'm behind the jokes and remarks, attention that you steal. Someone tells you what you're thinking, you're gonna have to deal. 'Cause I'll be around. 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 Yeah.
All right, that is Nick McEwen in the 33 with "I'll Be Around." Once again, you can look him up. He's got his own website, nickmcewen and the 33.com, and you can look him up on iTunes. Go there. Go to iTunes. Look him up. Buy his song. Buy his whole album. They just released a new album. It's all up there. Check him out. I think he's really great. His whole band's really good. I got a little game I want to play now, and I told you about this, and by game, I mean I'm going to do something kind of silly, and it's kind of like solitaire, where I'm kind of playing against myself. And the way that game works is like this. I'm going to start telling you a story, and the story that I decide to tell you is a story about putting together a trampoline that I got for my son a few months back. We bought him a trampoline, and the story of putting that trampoline together, as it turned out to be a little more difficult than I thought it might be. And this might be kind of a boring story. And so to remedy that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you the story, and every now and then my wife is going to hit this button right here. And when I hear that bell, I got to stop telling you about the story, and instead I have to sing you the story. That's why this bit is called Don't Say It, Sing It. And so I'll be telling you the story, and at some point she's going to hit that button, and I will start singing it. But I can't just sing it. I got to sing it to the tune of Mary Had a Little Lamb. And once I get through Mary Had a Little Lamb, I can go back to just talking normally. But when I hear this bell, I got to continue the story from wherever I was, but I got to sing it to the tune of Mary Had a Little Lamb. So I don't know how this will work out for us or not, but at the very least, it might make a somewhat boring story a little more funny. And we'll find out here in just a second. And here it comes on the Todd Cook Show, the very first game that we're going to play here. The first bit I'm going to try to do is called Don't Say It, Sing It. Okay, so the story about putting together a trampoline for my son. His birthday was a couple months ago, and we went and got a trampoline for him. And the funniest thing is that on the box, it said you could have 2 adults, and it would take 45 minutes to put it together. And so I got me and my wife, and I actually had more adults that particular day because my wife's Uncle Philip was here, and her cousins were here too. So I had like 5 adults to help me put it together. And so I had more than enough help, and I thought I'd be able to put it together. And they gave me this little tool. You set all the stuff out, and it's like a big circle, the big with the pipes that all go together, and all, they have the legs all around there. And then to spread the black thing that you jump on, they had this little tool. It was like a little screwdriver. It was like shaped like a T that you hold it with the part of it sticking out between your fingers, and you hook it on the little springs that hold it so it bounces, and you got to pull it. And it takes a lot of strength, and that tool broke off. I couldn't believe it. They made this tool specifically for that, and I used it maybe 5 or 10 minutes, pulled maybe 2 or 3 springs with it at the most, and it broke. So now I have no way to pull those springs. You can't do it with your hands. I mean, it would hurt your hands. It would tear them up. You get blisters probably on your hands if you did it with your hands. And so I went and got another screwdriver and literally stuck it through the holes, and then grabbed the steel part of the screwdriver and then the other part with my other hand, and I would pull it with all of the strength I had, and I still couldn't get it to hook into the hole. And so I had to have my cousin, or I guess they're my nephews. I called them cousins earlier, but my nephews helped me. But these are both, one guy's 15, 16, bigger than I am. And it took all 3 of us to go around there and pull all these springs together and try to get them to hook. And it took forever. Long story short, we started at probably shortly after dark, 7, 8 o'clock at night. And it was, I think, like 3 o'clock in the morning when we finally got it done. And it was really hard, but we finally got it done. So my son had a trampoline in the morning. And then the funny thing was, is the next day when he comes out, we take him to the back door there, so he could look out and see. And he looks and he sees he just sees the box, and he looks at the box and he's like, "Oh, you got me a trampoline." And it was a good another 5 seconds or so before he started realizing that there was actually a trampoline already there put together. And plus, we got it together wrong, so I got to take it back apart this winter here, and hopefully be able to get it back together right, because the little spots where the poles go in that have the hole, they weren't in the right spot, so I had to jimmy rig it, and it keeps falling over. And so I got really frustrated, and I used some duct tape, but that didn't work. And then I got a C-clamp, but that didn't work either. Okay, I think that's enough of this game, so I will quit. That's the end of the show. Looks like I timed it pretty good. I hope this was somewhat entertaining. Thank you very much. That's the first attempt at a game on the Todd Cook Show. And now I'm going to end it right there. Thank goodness that is over. That might be the end of this podcast for good. People are going to email me and say, don't ever do that game again. But that's the whole point of it, trying to learn what games work and what don't. And like I said, that was kind of a boring story. And if I didn't sing it to you, you probably would have fell asleep. But that's it for now. I'll see you next week. I'm going to download or upload this one. It should be ready for you tomorrow morning, which is a Monday, the 7th of January. I don't normally like to give dates because now everybody knows when I record everything, and but that's okay too. So for everybody here in Wichita and for the Todd Cook Show, thanks for listening, and I'll see you again sometime soon where I will be talking and you will be listening.